Tales from the Tavern was recorded in front of a live Twitch audience.
I'm Commander Shepard, and Tales from the Tavern is my favorite stream on Twitch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 100. Woo! Confetti cannons and all of that good stuff. We are here with, like I said, episode 100 of Tales from the Tavern. Welcome to all of you. I am very excited. I hope you are all excited. It has been a long 3 years getting to this point. So, I see my chat is already trying to tell me that I'm on mute. I am not on mute. I am way ahead of you guys. So, I have a great group of people here. Most of these people have been here before, so I am super excited to have them all back. We do have one new person joining for the first time. So with that said, we're going to go around, we're going to do some introductions, and then we're going to get into a little about how the stream works for anybody who is joining us for the first time. So Matt, we're going to start with you. Tell us a little about yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt. You may know me as Dungeon Glitch on the onlines. Pretty much I'm really hanging out on Twitter. I own Gemmed Firefly, who make goofy t-shirts. I do all kinds of artist stuff, make music, hang out, whatever. Yeah, if you need anything, hit me up.
Awesome. Well, that was nice and short and sweet and to the point. Welcome back, Matt. It's been a few months since you were here last, but I am excited to have you back. Sam, tell us a little about you. Sam is joining us for the first time, and I'm very excited to have you here. So, tell us about you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Hi, my name is Sam Comerford. You might know me as the guy behind Roleplaying and Roleplaying if you're on Twitter. I do all of the shitty ideas. I think I could say that. I do all of them. That is my thing. I've got a Kickstarter book filled with a bunch of those coming out in like T-minus 9 days. So, yeah, that's it. That's about the whole deal.
And I think we have to emphasize the fact that shitty can mean whatever you want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Of course.
I absolutely love the shitty ideas that come out every day.
Right?
Absolutely love them.
So good.
As a DM, I have written down so many.
When I saw that you were coming out with the Kickstarter, I was like, and we're going to back that one.
I could build a character around that. That sounds fun.
I know. I've done that numerous times. Well, thank you for coming on tonight. I'm excited to get the chance to chat with you. Mel, tell us about you.
Hello. I'm Mel, otherwise known as Jelly Melly Draws, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm an artist around the TTRPG space, and I like to mostly stream whatever I'm working on. I've been doing some studies and some whatever chill drawings I want to do because real life work is very, very, very mentally tiring. So we just vibe every Saturday on Twitch. And yeah, characters, magic items, maybe eventually maps. Eventually, maybe something, I don't know. But that's mostly it for me.
All right. Well, yes, if you haven't had a chance to stop by Mel's stream before, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun to just go and vibe and, like see the cool stickers that she gives all of her subscribers.
And also to bully me with the rest of my chat. They're unionizing against me.
It's true. It's true.
We're pretty sure the union's a mob.
Star Shinobi, welcome.
Hi everybody. I'm Star Shinobi. I'm at Star Shinobi on Instagram and Twitter, and I have been busy since the last time I've been here. I make occasional now magic items that has due to the busyness, but I am also on an actual play Pathfinder 2E campaign with Waffles Maple Syrup. As a D&D player, that has been a jarring experience to try and remember the differences, but it's so much fun. And on top of it, I am currently part of the Disaster Hamsters 2 team, which got fully funded thanks to all of you. And we are now working on that. So I have a good chunk of stuff to write for that as well.
Awesome.
How did it feel for movement to go from a free action to like a real action?
I know. We'll get into it later, I'm sure, if people ask, but I will say I like D&D as a storytelling, but I love the combat of Pathfinder. It's just, I love it. It's so much easier.
Nice. Well, welcome back, Star. I am very happy to have you here again. Star is in the running for one of the most appeared guests on the stream, so
I'm sure Shannon still's got me beat by a lot, but I'm gunning for her. I'll get there.
All right. And Ella, tell us a little about you.
I am the Geeky Seamstress. You can find me on socials that way. It's probably easier. I do cosplay. I play D&D. My company is Gear Gaming 365. When it's not intense out there, we do actual play events to teach people how to play D&D. So we're actually going to be getting back into that here soon. But yeah, I make a lot of fun gear. I have some games I'm coming up in for charity streams. I will be at Emerald City Comic Con, which is super exciting. And Bellingham Comic Con this year. So, but keep track of everything on my socials. That's the best way to be in the loop.
Awesome. And if you haven't checked out Ella's shop, highly recommend. I got one of her medium bags of holding to take with me to PAX, and it carried everything that I needed it to, plus stuff that I didn't need it to because I bought it while I was there, and now I use it for work. It holds my laptop and my planner and all of my miscellaneous papers, and it's fantastic. And I love it because it helps me identify all of the other geeks in my office.
Right?
It's true. It's a D&D themed bag. So there's like a gelatinous cube and a dragon and beholder and all of that stuff. So, yeah, yeah. Wolf's Blood says, thank you for that bag. It let Luna get me a gigantic plushy hot sauce bottle. True story. I have pictures of it on Instagram if anybody wants to see it. Awesome. Well, thank you all. What's that?
Sorry, I was going to say the largest ones will hold like 6 D&D books if your shoulder doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
But they will fit in there. So,
yeah.
Yes.
And my favorite thing, it has pockets. Lots of them.
So many pockets.
So many pockets. Awesome. Well, for those of you joining us for the first time, the way that this stream works is all of our questions come from chat. So if you have a question that you would like to ask this amazing group of people, you can drop it right in chat. Moderators are standing by, and we'll make sure that we get the questions sent to us directly so that we can get a chance to talk about anything you guys want to know, whether it's characters or systems that we've played or anything like that. If you have been around for a while and you've watched the show several times, then you may have some channel points racked up. And if you do, you can use the Ask My Question Next for 1,000 channel points. You can bump your question up to the next one in the queue, and that will be the next question that we start with. So that's available as well. Now, because tonight is the 100th episode, we have lots of stuff to give away. So we're going to start small and work our way up. We're going to start with one of my favorite things ever on the planet. As anybody who's been around me knows, I love my dice catapults. So I have a couple to give away tonight that I picked up from Elderwood Academy. And so if anybody would like to enter to win their very own dice catapult, I have just opened a giveaway for that. Exclamation point ticket will get you an entry, and we'll draw the winner for that fairly soon, because we have a lot of stuff to give away tonight. We have 8 giveaways, so I'm very excited about this. So we're gonna dive right in. We actually just got a question in from Patch, and because most of you are returning guests, I think this is a great way to start. Question for the returning guests: what has been the best part of being on Tales from the Tavern?
I'm a little biased because the last time I was here, I was on with Matt, not Matt Mercer. Jesus freaking.
That would have been
Mark
amazing.
Mayer.
Mark
Oh
Mayer.
my God.
Names are
There
hard.
would have been a trial of blood to get into that game.
God.
Matt Meir. There we go. Why their names are too similar? It's not fair.
They are very similar.
Yeah, that was a very fun episode.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
I
But
think for oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say there are a lot of questions that get asked on here that sometimes really make you think.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're online a lot, you think you've seen just about every D&D question that you could ponder, and then you get on this show and nope, there's one you've never thought about before.
I mean, I have a creative personality, so hearing other people's creative stories, that's just, I love it. That's my favorite thing.
I think the best part for me is there are so many people that I get to interact with on Twitter. And then you come on here and you get to see faces and you get to actually talk to them as close to face as we can. But it's just been absolutely amazing to meet people that you've referred to them by their handle, and you guys talk on the internet. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I know who you are. And you get that like awestruck moment of, oh my God, I know who you are.
I say that at the end of almost every episode when I have a new person. Like, it's so nice to be able to put a face to a Twitter handle.
Yes.
Every time I come on here, it's, oh, I get to be at the table with this person.
I think there's like this perception when you're online, especially with how interconnected social media is, that you engage with people that you follow or follow you back, and either from the outside looking in or even on the inside, it's like there's this perception of, oh yeah, they all know each other. No, we don't. No, we don't. So yeah, it is very much, we get on here and it's like, oh, you, I love your work and what you do. Yeah.
It's part of the like, it's part of the most fun thing with the with like the green room beforehand, because especially when it's the first time a lot of people have come together, that's exactly what it is. Like, oh my God, I love your stuff. Oh my God, your Twitter posts are always so great. And it's always a lot of fun for me, like, to be like, oh man, like I get to have all of these I get to have all these cool people on and hang out, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty much what it is for me. Because like I'm usually on so many streams these days where it's usually like high pressure. Like you're playing games. I'm either like running one or trying to do like some performance stuff. On here, I get to just hang out, and it's so good.
I think that's my favorite thing about it, is that it's not an actual play. It's not something that you have to create a character for or anything like that. Like, people just want to hear. One of the things I love about it is that people want to hear. It's all the conversations that we're having already anyway. We're just making it public for everybody else. So it's fun. And one of my favorite parts of it is that this gives us a forum. Like, we get to have the conversation, but chat can also get involved, and like, you know, we can like pick stuff out and talk about what chat is saying, and it's really a nice sort of added dimension to have, you know. I enjoy that.
And is this another one that comes with it? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just saying it was another way to connect.
And then there's also moments like we were discussing before of kind of like the shitty ideas that come out every day. I always get a lot of ideas from people here. And as a DM, ideas are dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
So that actually is a great segue into our next question from Vertrox Nightblood, who would like to know, what is your shittiest character idea you have played?
Oh no.
Oh, God. That's not a fair question to ask me. Honestly, oh my lord.
We need you to tear it down to maybe your top 5.
Right.
Oh my lord.
Top 10, 15 even. Like, yeah.
That's going to be hard.
I think if we're talking explicitly shittiest in terms of not only just my interpretation of said word, but also the traditional version, I played a goblin wild magic sorcerer on a one-shot with, I think it was intelligence check. And his name was Death Nuts. And what he'd do is he would use prestidigitation to shit people's pants for them. And it had to be one of my favorite characters I've ever played. He was this embodiment of chaos.
I love that so much.
I took Lion from Lionhead Gaming was trying to introduce his whole group to Pathfinder via Fall of Plaguestone. And I was like, all right, we had just seen Book of Mormon, so I made a cleric of Sarenrae with the missionary background. Very, very exactly. Yes, he's going to spread the good word of Sarenrae to these plague-fallen people. And he was a plucky little halfling, too.
Oh my gosh.
What was his name? I think his name was like Gabriel. I can't remember, but it was definitely something biblical.
Amazing.
That's perfect.
Jason C in chat just said, I had a 1E fighter with a strength 9, intelligence 18 called Einstein who tried to think his way out of everything.
I think I'm playing that character right now. For me, my most recent, I guess, shitty by Sam's approximate definition, I suppose, would be if you took the bug villain from Men in Black 1, and then if he was wearing the skin and personality of Fraser Crane,
oh god,
that's my character.
Oh, no.
And it was
I hate it.
Oh my god.
so good.
That campaign was something else. We had Space Pirate Matt Damon up in that thing. It was
Amazing.
wild.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. Oh, I think mine was we were playing a Christmas one shot, and I've always wanted to play a barbarian that was extremely calm. So I made Ginger Snap, which was a old lady gnome that with the chef background, so she'd make cookies for everything. And then when she had Mama Bear syndrome happen, she would just go into a rage and she would just take everybody out. Oh and so I got to go full Minnesotan accent. It was fantastic. I love Ginger Snap so much.
I love that.
I would die for her now.
I know already. It's true.
I might have to play her on a one-shot sometime.
Oh. Patch says, I loved my stand-up comedy bard that sounded like John Mulaney.
Oh my.
Okay, I don't know if you guys have played with Patch, but Patch has the most amazing one-shot characters I have ever played with.
I've got a friend of mine where whenever we do one-shots, he's like, all right, people just throw random words at me, and he'll, like, take the first 3 words, and he'll make something. I don't... This dude multi-classes, like he multi-classes like he can breathe. The things he creates are unbelievable. Like in our Thursday game, Song of Rapture, he introduced, I think the base of this character is a monk with some cleric levels, and then he picked up like a dip in fighter and then another dip in rogue, and I think he even has like a ranger dip or 2. Is he going artificer also? Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild. I can't even begin. But his characters are so unique, the way that they fight and engage with the world. It's, whoo boy.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say that it was a shitty character idea, but it was a lot of fun. I played a bard who thought she was a wizard, because all of her spells crossed into the wizard spell book also. And so she was very firmly of the belief that she was a wizard. And she also collected lucky items. So like a rabbit's foot, a lucky penny, like anything random. I mean, it would be like a rock she found on the ground and like, oh my God, she stepped on this rock and something really miraculous happened at the time. So it had to be a lucky rock. And so they would get into combat, and in order to grant bardic inspiration, she would give somebody the lucky item and tell them why it was lucky. And that was what granted the bardic inspiration. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
That reminds me of my one-shot gnome I did for, what was it? I think it was a Jasper's Game Day one-shot that I did with the Paradise group. My little gnome Dottie, who went to wizarding school and ended up being a druid, but she was still convinced she was a wizard because she has she graduated and everything. I made her a Circle of Stars druid, which has a book of stars. And because druid's focus can basically be a twig, she's aesthetically a wizard and is fully convinced she's a wizard built like a druid. She just took a real big interest in that hippie class, in the hippie professor who was her druid teacher by mechanics.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. I totally forgot too. I played a character in a one-shot. I don't think she even really had a class, because it was this totally made up system that the Backwater Bastards use. And it was for anyone who was familiar with Bengamins, it was the Bengamins charity stream, and I played essentially on a bowling team with David and Andy Tilstra, and we were siblings. And, like, we were pizza people, but not, like, pizza delivery people. Like, Pizza the Hut people. And it was magical. Like, my character's name was Charity. She wore marinara for lipstick. Yes, and Vertrox just said we were the Languinies. That was the name of because it was a bowling tournament. And so we were the Languinies. We were from a mafia family, and David was getting ready to take over for the father, the patriarch of the mafia family, and it was, God, it was amazing. It was so funny. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
Sounds awesome.
One-shots just allow you to do the craziness, and I think that's why I love to do one-shots, especially for things like Jasper's Game Day and those charity games, because you can just make the most insane things.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine has a one-shot its theme is 90s sitcom. He has a laugh track. When we went on break, he voiced actual goofy commercials. It's a wild ride. And the PCs are supposed to be the sitcom family. No one looks remotely related, but we're all a family. We've got the dad, the wife, the kids, just the whole thing. Nobody questions it.
That's funny.
I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see. We have a bunch more questions that have come in. So the next one comes in from Jim from the Dimpire, and Jim would like to know, what is your take on IRL props from the GM or DM?
Sure.
Always, you gotta give props to the DM and GM that has props. I'm here all week.
Yeah, I don't
think
know
it
why.
makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want that. Like, I don't know. Like, what would be the reason behind that? Like, oh, I'm getting too immersed into my game.
Oh no!
Why are you taking time to make things for me?
Right.
How dare
does
you?
Bring up a perspective to take in consideration. There are definitely players who feel entitled to a certain amount of labor out of the DM. So while props are cool and they're fun when they are there. I don't think they are the requirement to say my DM's a good DM.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, no. No.
That's not what
No.
anyone's saying. No,
I don't want anyone to think that if you don't have props, you're not a great DM, especially like in the age of the pandemic when we were all virtual. To props? What? Copy image, paste. Here it is.
Props. You're lucky if I'm wearing pants.
Why do you think we all have the privacy flap now before we stand up?
Right?
Look, it's pajama pants
We're
below this. I don't know about the
wearing
rest of
pants?
you.
Oh my god, I've been doing this wrong for 3 years. I have a prop. I've never gotten to use it, and because of that, it's still sealed in the bottle. I got it. I actually picked it up from a local group that does. It's an improv theater troupe that essentially does D&D as an improv show. And they're a local group, and they're hilarious, and I am so excited for whenever it is that they decide to come back and start doing live shows again. But anyway, they at their table, at their merch table one time, they had glass bottles that had basically a plot twist in the bottle. But you had to wait for a specific, like the rule was that you had to wait for a specific moment in the game to be able to use it. And so it's still, like it sits, I have a china cabinet with a bunch of my nerdy stuff in my dining room, and it's sitting in there, and it's still sealed. So I have no idea what it says. I've had it for probably 6 years, and I'm like dying to know what it says, but I think it's going to be the most, because knowing this group, it's probably going to be ridiculous. So yeah. But I love stuff like that.
We have a pretty amazing DM for our Undermountain campaign, which is the one we stream on my YouTube channel. But we're going through Undermountain pretty hardcore. We're on level 13 now, I think. But when we went through one spot where there was a wizard's laboratory, and he had a whole bunch of spell books. We had a wizard in the party. That was like the best thing ever. Right? She actually took the time to make all those spell books. So they're like, about this big, come in varying sizes, but she printed out really small all of the spells and the components and everything and put them in these books. And that was probably the coolest prop. I can't even imagine how long it took her, but they're amazing. So it makes it more fun, but yeah.
Yeah, I think really what it is they are an amazing add to a game, but they are by no means necessary if it is not a fun thing for you as a DM to do.
Oh, yeah. I don't use props. I'm not artistically inclined in any way. Are you serious?
I think this is my only prop that I use on stream.
Shocked Pikachu face.
I did a stunt in character once. Our characters had like beaten a bunch of soldiers, and it was like enemy soldiers from like the enemy kingdom, and we had taken all their dog tags sort of things, and we end up meeting the captain, who's like a double agent on our side, and he's like, did you run into like any of my former like soldiers or whatever? And I have a bit where it sounds like I'm pouring out the bag of dog tags, like, yeah, we might have run into a few, and it was just a box of little binder clips, metal binder clips, simple things.
Yep.
We had to take a break after that. Everybody lost their shit because it was a virtual game. So all they heard was just like, oh, yeah. We might have run into a few. Just lost it. I sat on that shit for the whole session.
I just remembered. I still have this tucked in my desk. So this wasn't actually for a game, but it was for a murder mystery party that I had been invited to participate in. And we all got physical, even though it was a virtual. Yes. Yeah, Star was part of it. She knows. Mm-hmm. And so we all got these amazing invitations that were all made up by the host and all the details. And it was like, oh, this is so cool. This
That's
was
awesome.
my ticket for entry. Like, even though I wasn't
Aw.
physically going, yeah, it was really like stuff like that. I love, because now it sits in my desk. It's not like I do anything with it, but it's just really nice to know that it's there.
It brings you joy.
Yeah.
Literally
This
up
does
until
spark
2 days
joy.
ago. Literally up until about 2 days ago, I had that sitting right on my desk, and now I moved it. Now I can't find it.
Oh no!
Oh no.
No.
Mel's
Like, it
story
was right
actually.
there.
Mel's story got me thinking though. Anyone with podcasts like Sam, if you ever used or considered using like Foley effects for your stuff,
How do
different
you
sound
mean?
effects. So yeah,
Funny story. I mean, if you've listened to the podcast, it's amateurish. It's a bunch of college students having fun. And I rarely put in sound effects because it kind of detracts from that. But the one time I think I've done 2 or 3 times where I put in sound effects. But the one that sticks out to me is when my buddy Alex, who's the DM for the 2nd season, this is a Wild West meets D&D Deadlands style game. He tried to make like a gun sound with his mouth, and it sounded really bad. But he's like, I'm gonna try and make a sound with my mouth, and I just clipped it out, and I put in an actual gunshot sound. So I'm gonna make a sound with my mouth, and then like this full sniper sound comes in through the audio. And
I love it.
I didn't think anybody who was on the show listened to the show because they were there. They don't have to. But I got a text from Alex. He's like, "Dude, why the hell did you do that?" I was not ready for that at all. But I don't. But if you are planning on being more professional, probably should. I don't know. It's not mandatory, but it might be cool.
does that count as a prop?
Totally.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Yeah. Audible prop.
Audible prop. There you go.
Audible props.
Audible prop.
I mean, it is one
It's
of
a
those.
thing
It's
now.
amazing how much music and small sound effects do add to the game.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Music especially is a
Mhm.
game changer.
Yeah, on the Pathfinder actual play I'm on with Waffles Maple Syrup. Waffles is an absolute master of the music in that game. It is insane the timing that he has and the changes he's able to make so quickly to just during a live game make it so incredible.
I don't get that.
I've
It's
had
like
that same experience when we were playing our Sunday game that Lion was DMing Heroes of Thylia. Same exact vibe. Was able to change music like on cue, just changing whole tone pivot.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I don't understand it. I have one thing I focus on at a time, and I can't DM and DJ at the same time. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
You and me both.
Oh my god.
No,
Maybe
I know.
make funny noises like
Mm-hmm.
spooky, but that's all I got. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's not like really a thing most people can improvise. I know Lion had like practiced.
Yeah. All right, since we have a little pause, I'm going to close the entries for the current giveaway. We'll draw a winner, and then we'll start another giveaway because we have lots of stuff to give away. So if you didn't get an entry in this time for the Dice Catapult, that's okay because we're going to give away another one later. But right now I'm going to draw a winner for the first one. And the winner is Hawkmere. So I will reach out to you on Twitter. I know where to find you. I'm not sure if you're still in chat, but I will make sure that we get that to you. So yay! Cool. All right, let's give away more stuff. How about a gift card to Gemmed Firefly? I wonder where that came from, Matt.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's
So
an amazing one.
yes, $25 gift card to Gemmed Firefly. We are getting that started right now. Maybe at some point if the thing decides to load.
How do we enter again?
!enter.
None of us want to miss that one.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what's happening right now with the giveaways. There we go. Okay.
We're all like, free shirts from Matt? Yes.
Right? I know.
Yes.
Okay.
It was so hard to choose one or two the first time. I
I know.
gotta get some more.
I know.
It's exciting, but it's also a form of torture because
It
you
really
have to pick,
is.
like one or two.
I'm trying to get the giveaway started. It's giving me a little bit of a hard time. I will definitely make sure I let people know. But I'm going to use this as a good chance to say, if you win the $25 gift card, you can also use code Luna15 and get 15% off your order, so you can buy more stuff.
Ooh.
Your gift card will go further.
And we have new reward points too. So if you buy stuff, you're going to get a discount for the next time you buy stuff.
No, cease. I just got my tax refund. Why would you do this?
Oh no! Not.
Oh no!
I'm an enabler. I don't know what else.
Early, vile.
How dare
We're-
you?
We're small business owners. That's exactly why.
Yeah, right.
I'm waiting for my D&D onesie, Matt. I don't know when it's coming, but it should eventually. And I just
I need
pull
to
zip
know
up.
more about this. Tell me more about this D&D one.
I need-
Yes, please tell us
Oh,
about this
I
one
think I
thing.
need to-
This is
that's
something
what I'll
I
do.
just
I'm gonna
came
acquire
up
the
with.
one-
Yeah, this is something I just came up with. I don't think it's real, but I would very much like it to be. You would have one customer, Matt, and it would
I'm
be
gonna
me.
No, you will have
Let me see if I
many.
can
I
make
was like,
one.
you have at
The
least
SE
4 right here. So
The SEO you need for that item is Kigurumi. That's it. That's it. And then you'll get all the purchases. Everybody's gonna want one.
I
They're
have
I
a
don't know what that is,
pattern
but I'm
for
writing it
onesies.
down.
There you go. Collab.
I have a pattern for onesies. We can do this.
Ooh.
oh, there you go. I know, Ella, we keep talking about collaborating too, and then it's like life gets in the way and we just stop talking about it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we were talking about the thing with the stuff.
I know,
and-
yeah, no. It's totally life.
Yeah.
But we're totally going to do that, and
We
it's going
are.
to be a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a thing.
That's why I ended up.
We've been talking about creating Tales from the Tavern themed dice bags that people can buy from Ella's store. So
Ooh, cool.
Nice.
yeah, that would be
Yeah,
I did
I ended up.
with Todd Moonbounce for Jedi Masters.
Yeah,
is-
Jedi Dungeon
yeah.
Masters.
Jedi Dungeon Masters. There it is. Sorry, drawing a blank. Yeah, so those are. I still have those in my shop, so you can get those.
Ah, that's the problem. Okay.
Because
No.
of life being busy, I ended up having to close my commissions until life was not as busy.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here looking at my list of things that I wanted to get done and throw into my own shop, and I'm just like, why?
All right. For anybody who didn't see in chat, the giveaway is now entry. We figured out what was going on with it, and when I say we, I mean me. Paradise Productions, thank
Paradise
you
crew.
so much for the raid. Welcome in. Always good to see you. If you guys aren't following Paradise Productions, you absolutely should be. I just had the extreme pleasure of actually getting to meet Shannon and Sean at PAX East, and we had breakfast together, and it was the most glorious thing ever. We had a blast. And yeah.
One day. One day. One day I will meet you in person.
I know. I keep saying that about a lot of people. I actually got to meet a lot of people at PAX this year that I don't normally get to hang out with. I got to meet Josh Simons. I got to meet Shannon and Sean. Just lots of really fun people. Got to hang out. There was a few people that like our regular viewers of the stream that I got to hang out with, which was really cool. Somebody who has followed me on Twitter for like 3 years and happened to see that I was there, sent me a message and was like, would you be interested in meeting up? I was like, heck yeah, let's go. So that was a lot of fun. It was nice because PAX was a lot smaller this year. In terms of like the number of attendees, and so it gave me more of a chance to meet up with people that I wouldn't normally have had time to see. So yeah, that was cool. All right, let's dive into the next question. So this one comes from Zeal Zaddy, and the question is, what subject have you not addressed in Tales from the Tavern, but feel your answer would benefit us in chat? Oh, good God. I don't...
What?
I'm just going to leave this open. What's something that you think that chat should know, guys?
Oh, Lord.
Your characters don't have to be orphans. Give them parents that love them, please and thank you.
That wasn't D&D specific, was it?
No. By all means, what would you like to share?
I really think you should eat Kit Kats without breaking them apart as a.
No,
Wait, can we get
You're
them
a
call?
monster.
Also,
Can we
you know what else
call?
we've already established is going to happen in October is Matt's coming back on in October with Dan, Caffeinated Dan on Twitter, so that we can do our, what is it, hot sauce and candy corn episode?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Also, I have the candy corn apron.
That's right,
That's
you
right.
I was
do.
gonna say.
Yeah.
I need to. I'll put some more together for that, and you guys can do giveaways.
Although I do have
Right
to bring
now-
this up that we see that Jason C does ask the correct question of, does this include full length rubber gloves?
saw that.
Oh god.
I saw that. So for anybody who didn't see the episode where it originally came up, there was an episode on Tales from the Tavern several weeks ago where somebody asked a great question of basically how do you pivot really fast when your players do something that you're not expecting. And so in his infinite wisdom, Wolf's Blood, who is normally one of my moderators, happened to be one of my guests that week. And he said, you know those shoulder-length rubber gloves that vets wear when birthing a calf? And without missing a beat, another one of my guests runs off camera and comes back with a pair. And he was like, oh, you mean like these? And we were like, well, that's improv, folks. There you go. And now it's a question that comes up pretty much weekly. Yeah. Yeah. Something about rubber gloves. So
That's hilarious.
yes, there's a clip of it on YouTube for anybody who would like to go back and check it out. Actually, I have a whole playlist of clips that my goal for the end of 2022 is to actually put together a highlight reel. So I'm clipping like at least a couple of things from each episode, not from each episode, but a couple of times a month. Last week or 2 weeks ago, there was an episode where a conversation started and I literally took my headphones off. I was like, I don't want to know. Yeah. Let's see.
Wait. By cat birthing gloves, you mean one of these? No.
God, could you imagine though?
That would be wild.
I might just have to walk away. I don't know how you get better than that.
Right? Well, I think the funny thing is too is now the question comes up almost regularly about like how would you incorporate rubber gloves into your current game? So there you go. The question it's actually sparked some really interesting conversation.
We're all gonna go out and buy a pair of those now, so that anytime we're on stream with you at any point in the future, we can just pull them.
Right? I know. Just be
And
like,
it's a prerequisite for your show now.
I may or may not have commissioned an emote of rubber gloves.
Yes.
Jason follows up with, let's just hope those aren't your IRL props.
Matt's taking notes. He's gonna make shirts.
You can't judge me.
Right. If this shows up on a shitty character idea, we'll know why.
I see you taking notes.
Yeah, I mean that could be a real shitty character idea depending on where those gloves are going. Shitty character idea. An overeager TSA agent. There you go.
This dragon has been stopped up for weeks.
All I can picture now is like that scene from Jurassic Park, but with dragon poop.
Yes. Yes. What I love about that is that I like to play the Lego Jurassic Park games, and
those are great.
The doctors then the women, which is awesome, but they jump into the piles of poop like fully in and dig around in it and come out and just have whatever you need. But yeah.
Yeah.
Random thoughts.
Chad is now following up with they're incredibly reasonable on Amazon.
Good to know.
Just saying.
My friends think I'm weird enough, so it'll be fine.
You just have to convert them into the TTRPG world, and you're no longer weird. It's just like, oh, that's just a thing. You need it for props.
That's just your browser history. It's okay.
Writers, D&D players, actors, artists, they all have something in common, and it's a very, very suspicious search history.
Right?
Yep.
How to bury a body, 5e.
Oh my gosh.
How long does a body burn? D&D 5e.
Yeah.
Didn't we have this conversation that we must be on so many lists? Because
Yep.
I think we've had to Google for D&D.
They've just got one of us in the FBI like, 5e, yeah, they're fine. 5e, yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They just keep just moving it out.
Wait,
They-
that
I'm
person
not
wrote
gonna leave here. I have to
Pathfinder.
be
We
on
better
at
look
least a
into
few.
them.
Yeah.
Did they search something video game or TTRPG related in the past 5? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Nope, they're fine. They're fine. Okay.
I like to think my personal FBI agent just looks at the screen in just sighs, exhausted, because my ADHD brain will not make that one Google search. That's the fixation of the month.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of any like really good questions that we've gotten though that we I mean, there's always the really silly stuff that comes up that people want to know about, but I also really love when we get into some of the more serious conversations around like session zeros and what do people cover in session zeros and why are they important and how do you run a session zero for people at your table, or how, you know, what do you like to make sure is covered in them when you have them at your table. I always think that there's a lot of really good information that can come out of those, especially for like first time or new DMs and GMs. But also I think too, I've seen a lot of people that will say, oh, I never thought about talking about that in a session zero before, or that's a great idea, I'm going to add that to my safety tools or something like that. So I don't know if there's anything that you guys explicitly make sure to talk about when you do a session zero, or
I know when I'm with newer players, one that I have talked about more and more is you don't have to play yourself. You don't have to play your gender orientation. You don't have to play your sexual orientation. You don't have to play your color or creed. But if you choose to play something different than yourself, you must do it respectfully. Because I've gotten a few people who will do that. I'm going to play a boy and I'm just going to be super sexual because that's what boys do. It's like, no. If you're playing something different than yourself, make sure it is respectful and in good faith.
yeah.
The thing that I bring up every session zero, my group talks about it at everyone, is we like to know from the DM what kind of game is it that they're trying to run so that we can fit our characters into that game to ensure everyone's having fun. And we also want to get a perspective on every single player's personal PC to PC boundaries, because you got some players that are like, yeah, I want PC conflict, let's have like PvP, steal from my rogue, you can steal from my bag. And you got others that are like, please don't touch my comfort PC, and that's okay.
Yeah.
All of that is okay, but you need to know who is okay and not okay with what. And I think those are some of the finer details that get lost, is the how do the players engage with each other. Because a lot of session zero conversation is about how does the DM engage with the players. Everyone is a player at the table. You're all engaging with each other. So you all have to know what each person is comfortable with in terms of engagements.
Yeah.
To kind of add on to that too, because I know this is also one that kind of gets looked over, is DM also sharing what their veils and lines are. Because I think a lot of the time people forget that the DM is everyone outside of the PCs, and sometimes it gets forgotten, like, I'm not comfortable with my players wanting to interact sexually with NPCs. That's not something I, as a DM, is comfortable doing. So that's a line for me. And sometimes we forget that DMs need to be able to let people know this is where I will cut you off as well, because for my comfort.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also like, just because for groups that play together a lot and a bunch of people have DM'd and played together, like in the same group, you can be okay with something as a player and then not be okay with that same thing when you're in the DM seat. And it is important to acknowledge that that is a thing, and that's just part of being a person. That's fine. So we shouldn't, oh, well, you were okay with the sexual content when you were playing your horny bard. Why are you not okay with it now that you're the DM? Okay, well, that's not the question to ask, okay? It's the wrong question.
I will also then, when I play with Waffles Maple Syrup, we have cards that we use. And so what we do is, because from, like you said, like I was fine with it as a bard. I was fine with it yesterday, and I'm not okay with it today. Like those things are fine. So we use these so that we can keep playing. Because I know some people like get upset about the having to stop the game, which again, that's a table to table thing. But so with these, we can have that moment of, are you good? And then any one of the answers is fine. So I encourage those because it's also good for a DM.
I also encourage all DMs to keep an open door policy, because some people take a moment to process how they're feeling. Like, I know I've had more than one instance when I was playing our Odyssey of the Dragonlords game. There was content I thought I was going to be okay with, and then we hopped into it, and like it took me by surprise, and like the emotional reaction I had from that, I was still able to play and keep going in the moment. But afterwards, I just kind of sat down with myself, and I was like, all right, what the hell just happened back there? And then I went over, to Lion. I was like, hey, I figured out I don't want this content to stop, but I want a warning if there's going to be some more serious, like, mature content in tonight's session that you have planned. Just, I need to get my mind wrapped around that. And that's it. Those are little things. I didn't want spoilers. I just wanted to know, hey, is this serious or not?
Consent matters.
Yes, it does.
And your consent can always be changed.
Yeah.
You're not signing a contract that you're going to be okay with everything in perpetuity.
Well, and I think to some extent too, it's just important. Like Star was saying too, it's, you can be okay with something one day and not okay with it the next, and the reason doesn't matter. Like, you don't owe that justification to anybody anytime, whether it's at the table or in everyday life. Like, you shouldn't have to justify why something is suddenly no longer okay. Like, you should be able to say, like, no, I'm not okay doing whatever. Like, yesterday, I was fine with there being a tiny spider in the hallway of our campaign. Today, I'm not okay fighting a room full of spiders that are twice the size of my head, I use that as an example because I don't like spiders. They freak me out a little bit. So, I think it's a really important tool, and I think it has to be okay for people to say that. You have to be at a table where you feel comfortable saying that, or at least have a DM that's you're able to talk to your DM.
I do have a follow-up whenever somebody says that I have a fear of specifically spiders, because I know several people have different specific reasons for that. Some more general, some more specific. So I guess, like, if you mention, oh, I'm afraid of X, I don't want, to see it, do you feel like trying to define how far that goes is a respectful, like, exploration? Like, if I ask, is it just spiders existing, or is it the way that spiders move? Because some people don't like the spider leg movement thing, and you got to keep that in mind, because even if it's not a spider, you can have something move like a spider.
Right. Because a lot of people will say, like, okay, so suddenly it's not a spider, it's a crab.
And yeah, if it moves like a spider and it's a crab, that might still ick people out, okay?
If I may.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point.
I think that's all fine and good. I don't think we should ever be in a situation where we have to make people explain their phobias, because that can be a really uncomfortable situation, not only for everyone just involved. But I mean, if you have to explain why you're afraid of something, that can be really, really embarrassing, you know? And I
That's
mean,
fair.
that kind of detracts from the whole safe space of the table. So if somebody draws a line, you know, it's a line. They can bring it up whenever, and then the door is open
That's
for
fair.
communication. That's at least that's how I run my table. I mean, granted, I am not the arbitrator of Dungeons and Dragons. Nobody is. That's why the game is so great. And I will not judge you based on how your table is run if everybody feels safe and everybody feels like it is a place where they can express themselves and play the game in a manner that makes none of them uncomfortable, including the DM. But yeah, that's my place, I guess.
Yeah.
No is an entire sentence.
Yes.
Mm.
If you feel like you want to give more than that, that's fine. But you
Yeah.
can just say that, and
Yeah.
that's enough.
Scott Zeal's Addy in chat just said, just avoid the whole thing if it's on their consent sheet or if they voiced it.
That's
Yeah,
that is fair.
exactly.
That is, yep.
Yep. Yep. I like it. I think we should draw a giveaway winner.
Ooh.
Let's do this.
That sounds like an amazing idea.
I think so too. Exclamation point enter any last second entries for the $25 gift card to Gemmed Firefly. Get your geeky t-shirts and mugs and hoodies and what other fun stuff do you have these days, Matt? Like
I'm gonna be putting
onesies?
blankets
What's that
up
about
soon.
onesies?
I don't even know if I can do onesies. I'm gonna find out.
We should find out. So exclamation point enter.
I will say, if you're on the fence about it, I have a couple of these t-shirts, and they are literally the best t-shirts I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They hold up. The graphic stays on it. They are soft as hell.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Get these shirts.
Definitely some of the best
Like those-
t-shirts that I've had. I wore
Yes.
them
Yeah.
for every day that I was at PAX. I had a different Gemmed Firefly t-shirt on.
I
And
have
a lot
so
of 'em-
many, and I love them.
A lot of them are very kind of subtle too. Like I have one that just says NPC energy on
Yeah.
it. And as I was walking around, this guy in like a DTE energy shirt said like, "Oh, you work for NPC energy. What's that like?" I'm like, "It's great." It's really- I don't know what to tell you, man. That's not what this is, but yeah, more power to you. So I mean, yeah, if you like nerdy shit and you don't want to be recognized as a nerd all the time on the street, I mean. Some of this is for you. Other stuff, I mean, crying is a free action. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I do have.
You're,
I do
you're
have
loud
to.
and proud.
I do have to share that one. My therapist loves my self-care shirt.
Yes.
And I actually wore that shirt on the way back from Portland a few weeks ago, and I went to go order like a shake or something at the airport, and the guy was like, "I love your shirt." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's by Gemmed Firefly," and he's like, "Where do I buy it?" So I showed him where to buy it, and I got a discount on my shake. So
Hey!
buy shirts
Hey!
and you get shake discounts in the airport.
Yay! There you go. Yeah, I especially my because everybody knows I like dice, and so the best one that I have is my "What's One More Set of Dice" T-shirt, and I got more compliments on that shirt at PAX than everybody was like, "Oh my god, that shirt's so great." I also bought 3 sets of dice at PAX, so. All right, I am going to close the entries, and we're going to pick a winner. Winner is dun dun da da. Jim from the Dimpire. Yay! I am super excited about that. Awesome, Jim. I will get that to you as soon as the show is over. I will message you your gift card code so you can.
But even if you didn't win, there's still a discount code that you can go buy some anyway.
yes, use Luna15 at checkout and you can get 15% off your order. Which will make
You're
your gift
also
card
wonderful.
go further.
I'm so bad about talking about my own stuff. I just kind of.
Yeah. Buy the shirts and wear them. Damn it.
Yeah.
I will find you if you don't.
We had an
And that
episode
just
one
be
time
the
that Matt
tag
was
on
I
your
think
website now.
I think it was like the first time that Matt was on, and he was on with somebody else who had never seen his website before.
Adam.
Yes.
Mhm.
And every so often, Adam would just start laughing. And we were like, You're looking at his website again, aren't you? And he was like, yeah, I totally am.
I was on that episode, and I think there was a good 15, 20 minutes of us just like kind of on the side, down the like scrolling through the website.
So
You
good.
can't hype your stuff. We'll hype it for you. That's what we're for.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. All right, well, we are at the point where we're going to pause and take a break. During this break, I think it's a great time to give away a gift, not a gift card, but give away a dozen cookies to Critical Hit Cookies.
Ooh.
Yes.
Y'all better get in this one.
So you're going to want to get in on this one. Exclamation point, enter. This is US only. I have to specify that because shipping is a disaster otherwise. So exclamation point, enter a dozen cookies of the winner's choice from Critical Hit Cookies. If you have not had her cookies, holy crap, you are missing out. Also, if you don't win the giveaway, Luna 10 at checkout will get you 10% off your order. Carrie's been one of my channel partners since moving Tales from the Tavern over here. So, so definitely give her a look. I'm going to highly recommend the ginger cookies. They are amazing. They're so
Strawberry fairy cookies are really good too.
All right.
I may have eaten an entire dozen in a day and a half.
Yeah, I ordered the pumpkin ones back in the fall, and my kid ate 8 out of the 12 in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Yep, I was very sad about this. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back afterwards. Please make sure if you have any questions that you would like to make sure we answer, that you drop those into the chat during the break. And we will see you in just a couple of minutes. And we're back, and we are not shopping the Gemmed Firefly website during the break. That is not at all what was happening.
No.
Lies.
But in totally unrelated news, y'all should absolutely check it out, especially their flags. Pretty good.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
The flags are our best item. Despite all the TTRPG stuff, the flags are the best item I have.
I love it.
They're your flagship product.
Oh, shoot. Yep. How did I not do that? How
Get
have
out.
I never done that?
Oh my god.
I'll leave.
Shitty marketing ideas?
Yeah. Oh, don't come to me for those. Those will not be very good ideas.
Marketing is literally just fuck around and find out with your words.
Yep.
Yep.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Exclamation point, enter if you would like to win a dozen cookies of your choosing from Critical Hit Cookies. I don't know. Odds are still pretty good that you could win. There aren't a lot of entries.
right,
Give that
I'm
another minute. And let's see. All right. I see a couple more like trickling in.
Does it limit it to only one entry?
You
If I
only
try
get
to
one
see if
entry.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. I'm probably already entered.
You
then.
are. I can see that you are.
Okay.
Literally
I never do these
everybody on the
contests.
screen except for me is entered. So,
Oh, okay.
I want those cookies.
all right. Well, then I
Okay.
better give them away. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna close the entries, and we're gonna pick a winner. Patch.
Patch!
Patch is super lucky. Patch wins something almost every time I have giveaways on this stream. Almost every time.
Rigged. Rigged.
Right? We had to ban him from entering giveaways for a while.
That's fair.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Patch.
Patch just laughs.
I was like, yeah, I know. All right, cool. Let's give away some more stuff because I like giving stuff away.
Because the
let's
100th episode.
Right?
Yeah.
High fives all around.
High fives.
All right. Let's see. So we have I have two of these, and I have to do them one at a time because that's how I have it set up. So I'm gonna start the first one. It's a $25 gift card to Drive-Thru RPG. So you can use that on pretty much anything. That's obviously available through Drive-Thru RPG. So, exclamation point enter if you would like to enter to win that. These were donated by a longtime viewer of the channel, Jason C., who is in chat tonight. So thank you, Jason, for donating those. It's super appreciated. And yeah, I'm sure that they will go to good use. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what people get with those. So we'll leave that open for a little while, and we will dive back into questions. And the next question that we have comes from Gum, and Gum would like to know, what is something that inspired you to get into the TTRPG scene as a player, creator, artist, etc.?
Oh my gosh.
I got into it because my husband got started with 4th edition and then met a whole bunch of people on Roll20 and was playing it for like a while. And I heard like him being very charismatic and enthusiastic with the way he role played. I'm a long time forum role player myself, but the books of rules was intimidating. So he helped me get into it, and it reignited what originally sparked my creative journey, and that was putting on paper these stories I was telling with my friends, creating their characters, creating these moments, and I hadn't had that in quite some time. So for Dungeons and Dragons to reignite that in me, it helped bring like this piece of me I felt like I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah, for me, at least, I mean, I got into TTRPG's 5th edition because I'm baby, and I got into the kind of the Twitter space and whatnot with role-playing, which actually was a post-breakup depression project that went a little too far. So that's why I'm here now.
That's actually a mood. I got into playing TTRPGs when I was fairly early on in my marriage, and my daughter, who is now 14, was a newborn, and I didn't actively like seek out the public space until I went through my divorce and ended up answering a casting call for a Pathfinder 1st edition game, and I was like, well, I've played D&D 3.5, I know Pathfinder. Of course, that was the only version of Pathfinder that existed at that point. But I know Pathfinder is kind of similar to 3.5, so sure, why not? And I got the space because I was the only, like, I was one of like 3 women that applied, so yay me. Yeah, so that was kind of how I got into it, but it was sort of in that, like, you know, post-breakup, like, figuring out my life again, and, oh, this is something I really enjoy, so why not learn how to stream it? And here we are.
My husband at the time got me into it. We just started playing with friends, and then we started streaming, and then things happened, and now the company's mine, and we're still streaming, so, but I love it. It kind of gave me a avenue to channel all of my creative energies into as well. So that's been really fun.
Mine was a windy road to get here. I grew up in a very rural area of Minnesota, so I have wanted to play D&D since I was 13. And I was told I wasn't allowed to play because I was a girl and I was not hot enough to teach. So I went through all of high school wanting to play and not getting to play. Got to college, ran into the same thing. Oh, you're just a girl and I don't want to teach you. You're not hot enough to teach. So I kind of gave up. Yeah, I know. So all of those people who talk about how those gatekeepers don't exist, I'm glad there's not a ton, but they are out there. So I kind of gave up. And then I was talking to my husband who knows, like, I play Magic the Gathering, I play video games, I play board games, I am a nerdy girl. And he's like, will you ever play D&D? And I told him I've never been able to. No one's ever let me play this table. So he specifically created a game so that I could learn how to play.
Aww.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got a good one, that one. But then I decided I wanted to learn more, so I restarted my Twitter account, and I will forever thank Shannon for taking me under her wing, because Shannon was really the one that introduced me to all these people and encouraged me to do as much with this as I wanted to do. And I was one of those people who I was never going to go online. No one was ever going to see my face. I was going to be a lurker. And then Shannon went, come on my show.
Yeah.
And then I went on Shannon's show, and then I ran into Luna, and Luna's like, come on my show. And then I met Plot Hooks, and Plot Hooks is like, do you want to help me make stuff? And so I started helping other people with their passion projects and kind of finding that the space that I love is helping people with their passion projects. I honestly don't care about getting paid. I do to keep things fair, but I just want to help people get their passion projects going. So that's kind of been my journey of TTRPGs, and it's been the most amazing thing. The start sucked, but I got to an amazing place here.
I'm going to interject for just a second because I want to shout out the fact that me, Star, Mel, and Ella are all part of a group chat that's literally just women in the TTRPG community, and it's literally just a space for us to be like, you guys are so cool, and that's all we use it for, and it's amazing, and I love it. And it started with what, like 5 or 6 of us, and now there's like, I don't know, maybe 20 of us in it.
It started with 5 or 6 of us saying, hey, we should play a one-shot one time. And now, 4 or 5 years later, it's just us hyping each other up all the time.
That one shot.
Yeah.
We did not. We did not.
It never happened.
We're very busy women.
I was so excited when you invited me. I'm like, there's so many amazing people in here. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
and all it is us just hyping each other up all the time.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's just our super supportive circle jerk.
So really, in all honesty, it's what we do on Twitter. It's just a Discord server instead.
I mean, we probably share a little more personal information than we would on Twitter.
True.
You know, like these ladies
Agreed.
have heard sort of the horror stories about like parenting issues that I've had over the last couple of years, and you know, trying to navigate a preteen through the pandemic and that sort of thing. But I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's like, you know, I through this group chat, finding Shannon, who then took my daughter on as a tutoring student, and you know, just stuff like that. So I mean, it's the connections that you can make through being able to get involved are just magic.
That's
okay,
so cool.
Matt, I'll turn it over to you now.
Well, it's funny because like this is like a question I've sort of like been avoiding because I always feel like it brings down the mood. Because like the way that I got into D&D isn't necessarily great. It's so I started playing like when I was 14, and at the time I was homeless in inner city Boston. So we're playing. So I got the books, and I'm like hanging out with gang members and criminals and stuff like that. And it's like, what, we could go out and have fun, or let's roll some characters. And instead, I kept people out of trouble by running campaigns, and it was a lot of fun to see these people who honestly never had a fair shot in life play like struggle with things in reality, and then when they sit down at the table and they get to do things and role play, like I've seen like some of the like most hardened like gangster people sit down. Okay, I'm gonna be playing a cute cleric, and they're so into it, and so from there it just kind of spiraled of what I could use TTRPG and gaming and stuff like that to kind of help people. I grew up as I grew up, I played it a little more. I started teaching it to kids at college stuff. They would have like a fair, and now I just kind of do the TTRPG thing to sort of be the help that I never had. So that's what I do. That's how I got into it.
Aw, that's great.
You downplay it so
I know.
freaking much, Matt, though.
Yeah.
But that's like
Seriously?
amazing.
It really
You're like-
is.
You're like, I was homeless and inspiring gang members not to go out and
That's like an actual PC backstory. I don't know. I don't know if you realize it. You're like legitimately
amazing
protagonist
thing.
energy right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
okay,
the thing is now
okay.
there's like literally people who do like therapeutic game mastering, and that's the type of stuff that they're doing is
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
that.
Role-playing is a tool that a therapist does use to help for all age groups, to help both with figuring out what their patient is going through, but also to explore other scenarios. So D&D is just it brings that in a very controlled environment, and I think that is part of why you see that out of people who are having hard times. They're being able to experience a sort of escape from their reality.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
escape.
that is definitely the core thing that as to why TTRPGs can help people.
And that's why it's such a beautiful thing of it's like it brings people together from different backgrounds in a way that we all enjoy being around each other. Like bro code can get together with super femme, can get along with, jock guy, can get along with and everybody's at this table that loves it. And on top of it, like you're saying, my friend is a therapist, and she has actually had she's talked to me a couple times on how to run D&D because she's been doing that to get a few of her autistic patients to open up and become more connected with her. And I know like one of the times I was on with Syrup, we were I think it was an all women's episode that we were having for Tales from the Tavern. Like we were discussing how all of us kind of came into an okayness with our body shapes through D&D, like not needing to be the skinny big busty elf. Like I'm gonna be the thick as hell orc and I'm gonna wreck face, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Like TTRPGs do amazing things for people, and I don't think we recognize that all the time.
I think though there's a lot of people who will tell you that TTRPGs in some way, shape, or form help them work through something that they're going through in their personal life, but they do it like in a way that's, like you said, it's safe, and it's, in a way that's controlled, in a controlled environment, but it gives you a space to do it.
Yeah.
It should not be therapy.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
make that very clear.
It
But
is not a replacement.
It is not a
It is only
replacement for
therapy.
good mental health care. Unless you're doing it in a therapeutic setting, in which case, by all means.
It's only therapy when it's with your therapist.
Yeah.
It's not
Yes.
therapy when
Yeah.
it's with your friends. Please don't.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it definitely can allow you to kind of explore things that you otherwise wouldn't, like you were saying, Star, about like, body shape and things like that you may not have another means to talk about with somebody. So.
Yeah. I honestly don't think I would be here obviously I wouldn't be here if I didn't play D&D, but I mean, in a more physical sense, I would not be here if it wasn't for D&D and a chance to kind of really sort through some shit, because that was kind of the perfect place to take stock. It's how I figured out I was bi. I guess a little half-elf twink is all it takes, and then you're down the road and it's too late. But yeah, it really is incredible how it's turned from something like, oh, this is some nerdy shit that you play in your basement while everyone wears like a hood or something like that, to like now it's this huge form of just expression and becoming something that you want to be by living vicariously through somebody else and by problem solving as them. And I think it's been so healthy to kind of find that. And people were like, oh, Dungeons and Dragons, isn't that like kind of dying out because, video games are getting better? No, I can't. As much as I love video games, I can't really live vicariously through them.
Yeah.
There's always at some point a set path. And TTRPGs are not like that,
Yeah.
It's just
That's like
whatever.
asking, do people still play chess because video games exist?
Right,
Do
exactly.
people
I don't
stop
understand the
reading books because we
question.
have
Yeah.
movies?
It's a silly question for silly gooses.
It's very small brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say on the chess note that I thought it was funny that they came out with the Queen's Gambit, the game.
What?
I don't know.
I'm not shocked.
I don't know if anyone else saw that, but
Oh yeah.
See, now we're just waiting for the
Be there.
now we're just waiting for the Queen's Gambit, the TTRPG.
right?
No.
I know.
Play
That
chess
was a
in the
really
middle
good show, but yeah.
And now, you know what? If they do come out with it, maybe we could just like take it and use that now as the Dragon Chess module for all other D&D games.
Oh.
There you
To
go.
actually play some Dragon Chess. There you go.
We'll
You're
do
welcome.
like a whole like Las Vegas gambling
Oh my god.
one
Yes.
shot or something. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done bowling in a one shot before, so why not?
You played a toaster in a one shot, didn't you?
I was supposed to play an electric kettle,
Okay,
but I got
sorry.
sick and ended up not being able to play.
Oh,
so
no.
it was very sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bummer.
I
Yeah.
didn't know.
No, it's okay. I was slated to play in a game called iToaster that basically looks like it's
The brave little toaster.
brave little
Yes.
toaster. Yeah. You play as sentient kitchen appliances, so
Zeal asking the correct question: what was your kettle's alignment?
well, considering it wasn't D&D, there was no alignment.
Ah,
Oh,
Neutrally toasted.
Yeah.
How
Thanks, I
burnt
hate
is the
it.
toast?
The alignment was electric.
Are you on the dark side or the light side?
Yeah, if you all stick around, I will be running a kitchen appliance one shot like now. No, I'm kidding.
Right now. Let's go.
Yeah, we're
I am
changing the
playing an
show.
air fryer.
dibs on the coffee pot.
damn. I don't know. I'll take whatever's left over. I'll make it work.
Oh no, not the electric whisk. That's the worst one.
Chaotic steamed.
I'm a whisk ya.
The stats
Yes.
are kitchen and appliance.
Let's get whiskey.
I hardcore want to play this now.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna throw it
Very
up.
good
I'm playing a
time.
grill.
But like
I'm gonna keep
a
it real
regular
and go
grill
rice
or like
cooker.
a George Foreman grill.
Okay, wait. So I'm a grill, but my parents are dead.
You should be a grill investigator so you can grill people for
There
information.
you go.
Oh my
I'll
god.
be here all week.
I can't beat you. I can't.
It's literally my job. It's all I ever do.
I'm gonna go back and watch this because there's so many things I plan to write down.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh god. Oh,
You know it's good when the tears come.
right?
I know.
I love it.
Ruin your eyeliner, your makeup, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why did I even put makeup on before this show?
I love this. I don't know if everyone ever told you, but y'all are nerds.
Hey.
I resemble that remark. Oh my gosh.
What do you
Kyellen,
mean?
be a waffle iron. You can really press them for info.
Oh.
Okay, so we're doing kitchen appliances noir is what I'm understanding.
So Luna, you still need a slot filled for that game day, right?
I mean, yeah. Star's one of the GMs. Matt's one of the GMs. So
I mean, I hadn't created the one shot yet.
I might have found your cast.
I know.
I'm so in. Seriously, let's do this.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we might have to talk.
Yeah. Let's get cooking.
Right?
I will be the most energetic coffee pot you have ever seen.
Oh my god. I'm gonna close this giveaway and we're gonna give away something else. All right, let's see. First winner of a $25 gift card to Drive Through RPG is Cranky Old Wizard. Yay!
Yay!
If you would like to reach out to me, either in a whisper here on Twitch, or probably easier to reach me on Discord, feel free to shoot me a DM on Discord, and we will work out getting that to you. So, there you go. See? All right. Let's give away something else. I like giving stuff away. What do we have? Oh, I know what we can give away next, because I'm really excited about this game, and I really, really, really want to play it. I have an autographed copy of the 10 Candles TTRPG.
Oh shit.
I got to meet the author, Stephen Dewey, at PAX. So for anybody familiar, the inscription says, "Stay in the light, Stephen Dewey." And so I'm going to give this away now. So I'm going to start that giveaway. ! Enter if you would like to win an autographed copy of 10 Candles. For anybody who is not familiar with it, it is a very, very cool sounding game. I have not played it. Have any of you guys played it?
Mm-mm.
I have not, but Duval played one and said it was the greatest game he's ever played.
Yeah, and that's what I keep hearing from people. And I've read through the book, so I know how it, like, I have the general idea of how it works, and it sounds so cool. So as a general rule of how the game works, it is a tragic horror game, and you only play for as long as your 10 tea light candles stay lit. As you play, so as you start character creation, you light a certain number of tea lights, and then you light a few more, and you get up to 10. As the candles go out, whether because of choices made by characters or because they naturally go out on their own, that's what progresses the game. So the game can only last for however long these candles last for. It is
so cool.
So cool. And what I love about it, what I think is really, really fascinating about it, is at the start of the game, the players have all of the power. Oh, he's coming back. I know, we're timing it. Look at that. It is. It's like 5 seconds on the dot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am very impressed. You were not exaggerating. You got it.
5 seconds. Nailed it.
Did we take guesses for that?
Yeah. For anyone who has no context for this, my Discord is notorious for just absolutely pooping itself and just kicking me out of any video call I'm in with more than one person. And then it puts me right back in 5 seconds later. And I have no idea why this happened. So if you, the viewer, know why this happens, please tell me. Please, God. But yeah, we've made a game of it. So I take bets on how many times I'm going to get kicked off this damn Discord call, because I don't know.
I will take the liberty to say that I will send someone in the U.S. a dice bag if you want to put your guesses in chat right now.
Oh!
Up in the ante.
Of your choice, even.
Wow.
Wow.
So
maybe I'll guess, and then I'll just drop out of Discord myself so I can win.
There you go.
So what's really neat, what seems really neat about this book, what I was saying is that at the start of the game, the players really hold all of the power. They essentially control the story. It's played with a bunch of D6s, and they have to roll against the GM to basically make something happen. The thing is the GM doesn't have any dice to roll at the start. So it's a matter of who rolls how many sixes versus the number of sixes that the GM rolls to win narration rights and things like that. So it's kind of a neat concept. But as the story goes on, the GM starts earning dice from the players as the candles go out. And so ultimately, by the time you hit the end, the GM holds almost all of the dice and the players have almost none. And I'm just like, I'm super fascinated by the whole concept of this game, and I cannot wait to play it. People have heard me say time and time again over the last year that, like, I don't GM, I never GM games, I had a horrible experience, I want to run this. I want to run this so badly. So, yeah, !enter if you would like to enter to win. I will ship this internationally. If you are international or Canada or, overseas, I will ship this to you. I'm really excited about this book. So anyway, there's that. All right. So we're going to dive back into the next question that we have. And the next question comes from Asynthetic20. What has changed in your time as a creator since the first time you appeared on Tales from the Tavern? Definitely want Luna's answer, but guests as well. I started on a different channel. This is the third channel that I've run this stream on, finally bringing it back home last fall, and that was the best decision, ultimately. But that's been the biggest change. I think that's probably the biggest change. The format of the stream has always been the same. It's always been that chat asks the questions. It's always been me and 5 guests. Yeah.
I have a new project every time I come on.
It's true.
like the first time I did it, I had the shirts. And then from there it was the music, and then like now it's like I have I got the 2 one-shots that I put out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I promise the next time I'm on, it's gonna be something different too. It's it could be next week, and this will be accurate.
Yeah.
I've made more cosplay pieces.
That's
I
exciting.
actually, when I started out, I was making like baby and kids clothes, and now I'm doing bags of holding and jewelry and cosplay. So it's definitely changed. I'm also single. That's changed since I started TV.
Oh,
But,
yeah, that's changed for me too, only the other direction. I was
that.
single when I started, and now I'm dating someone, so
There you go.
that's new.
What was I'm sorry, my ADHD did that thing where it tuned out, so I didn't hear the full question.
Basically, what has changed in your time as a creator since the first time you came on Tales?
I have like a portfolio.
Yeah.
Something.
I started my art stream because I think the first time I was on Tales, it was myself and Lion. And that was when Lionhead Gaming was still an active TTRPG actual play channel that I did the graphic design for and occasionally played on. And since then, I started taking commissions. I started my own art stream. I even started configuring and creating art to put on Redbubble. So a lot's changed.
I think I was on first in 2019. Like I came on pretty early.
You were on really early, yeah.
And at that point I was just happy to be here. And that's what all I had to offer. Was at that point. I was just talking on Twitter too much. So I got here. But now and I do, like I said, attribute a lot of the success to Tales from the Tavern for connecting me to people, and to Shannon, who just honestly just kept pushing me to do the things that made me happy. And I am now part of an actual play Pathfinder game. I have helped raise over $6,000 for charity with various people's charity streams. None of them are mine. I'm not taking credit for putting those together at all. I've helped them do it. I have things on DM's Guild. I just got a Kickstarter that I was part of that got funded. So it's been a journey, y'all. since the first time I was here. At first, I was here talking with people, and they're like, "I do this." I'm like, "I'm just happy to be here."
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, kind of dividing by zero here. This is my first time on the show.
So what has changed for you in the last hour and 40 minutes?
He came up with an amazing appliance one-shot that we're going to play.
Amazing appliance one-shot, and I now need to pee. So those two things have changed radically. I say as I drink more water, I am a fiend.
Yeah. No, that's, I mean, kind of similar to you, Star. I went the other way. I'm not currently playing in any actual plays. When I first started Tales, I was in 1, and then ultimately I was in 3 a week plus doing Tales.
Oof.
Yeah, I needed
That's
to
a
stop
lot.
that.
That's a lot.
That did not work very well for me. And then, so now I do a lot more like one-shots and stuff like that, charity streams, podcast recordings, things like that, which I have a lot of fun with. I've been doing, Matt and I have been playing like a super short little Starfinder mini campaign that's been hilarious, and it's been a lot of fun. I worked with Star on Villagers, which I had never done before. I'd never worked on a published supplement before.
And she did amazing, by the way. It was a great characters.
Yeah, that was a fun publication.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I did. Last year, I ran the Extra Life Charity Stream Weekend Extravaganza for the first time. We raised a little over $1,000 for Extra Life. We're going to be doing that again this July. I jokingly said we raised $1,000 last year. My goal this year is to raise $1,100. So, baby steps. I did. Oh yeah, Chad is reminding me. I did my own publication. I released my own little tiny supplement. My chart of my cookie tin that is almost entirely, if you open it up, it's almost entirely like crafting and spell components. But if you roll on a D100 and you get a 90, I think it's a 99 or 100, you get actual cookies. So so that was fun. That was just a silly idea that I had that I put out there for the first time ever. So yeah, I've done a lot more sort of behind the scenes stuff in that regard, but yeah, I think the charity one shots are usually my favorite thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really
Agreed.
fun.
Yeah.
I had a goal this year. I wrote up those 4 elemental characters.
Yeah.
I've got I have 3 of them in play now. I have 1 more
Nice.
to get in play, and then they've all been played, so I can carry on with my devious plot.
All right. I'm gonna close this giveaway because we still have other stuff to give away, and I want to make sure we have time for it all.
This is a great night.
I know.
Really?
So last call for anybody who wants to enter to win 10 candles. I'm gonna close the giveaway and picking the winner. Zeal Zaddy! Yay!
Yeah! Zeal!
Yay, Scott. So, Scott, let's connect, and I will get that in the mail to you, hopefully this week. Just making a note. Okay. And let's see. We have more stuff to give away. And we are going to give away... We are going to give away an Underground Oracle prize pack. Underground Oracle has donated a prize pack of some of their supplements. ! Enter if you would like to enter to win some of their supplements. They have some really cool stuff.
They really do.
Yeah. If anybody listens to From Afar podcast, they use a lot of their supplements in that podcast, and it's like really, really cool stuff. Also, I'm going to shout out their Patreon for a second. If you are not part of their Patreon, like, what are you doing with your life? It's literally $3 a month, and they send you way over $3 worth of supplements every month. So
They really, really do. Yeah, yes, D&D supplements, and from my understanding, they are planning to expand into others. still kind of preliminary, but they're talking about possibly moving into Pathfinder as well.
Yeah, they write a lot of really cool stuff, and how they have the brain power to roll out as many supplements as they do with the frequency that they do. I'm like, they must be writing in their sleep or something. Jess and Keith are just, and they're just amazing humans too. So.
Yeah, I think they put out like one a week.
Yeah. And like, it might be a new class or a location or all kinds of stuff. But I definitely am getting something in my email once a week, like, you have a new download available from Underground Oracle. And I was like, oh, crap. Look at that.
Speaking of which, I have to go to that backlog and get some of those. I was on vacation. I didn't get them.
Yeah. All right. So while people are entering for that, let's talk about this question from Mads. Tommy would like to know if you could play any comic character in a D&D official setting. I'm going to expand this from D&D to any setting, any TTRPG setting. Who would you play?
Playing Taskmaster from Marvel. 100%.
Okay.
Comic book Taskmaster, not from the Black Widow movie. The real one who just mimics people, sees it, has a very awful memory, is a tragic character, but amazing. And he can just mop the floor with the Avengers whenever he wants. My favorite guy.
Oh, now Bat Duck is saying add anime characters.
Oh, that makes it hard.
Right? I knew. I was like, I could just
Okay.
see
Oh
everybody.
my god.
Actually, the minute you said anime character, I knew exactly who I want to play. I want to play Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail and be able to change my armor and my weaponry at any point and change my fighting style along with it.
That's not dope.
Done. That's what I want.
This is a very specific explanation for why I would play Captain America. And it has nothing to do with him being Captain America and everything to do with one time I saw a video of that big moment in Endgame where it translated what's the line? Avengers Assemble into like various different languages. And the French one is... And so I have to make a Captain America character with a French accent just so I can mimic that moment that will not leave my little squirrel brain because it's Avengers Assembly. And that's it.
That is wonderful.
That is all.
I think I know what I am clipping now from this episode for my highlight reel.
Avengers.
Assembly.
For expanding this to anime, I like playing characters, but I'm much more of a DM at heart. I would really love to. I love evil NPCs so much. They're my favorite thing ever. Fuhrer King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist would be so much fun to play as an NPC.
That'd be so good.
Oh my god,
That would be so good.
So bad. Oh, just this. If I can ever pull off just the sheer aura of just rage that he has, that's the moment. That's the moment where I've succeeded as a DM. That's what I would like to do.
Anime brings forth the best evil characters.
Yes.
They become a lot of inspirations for mine. Armstrong, yes, would also be a great choice.
Oh yes.
But the real question is, Armstrong, barbarian or fighter?
Why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos? That is the correct answer, I guess. I always forget about multi-classing, even though I do it all the time.
That is a thing, yes.
Indeed.
Fist wizard casts fist.
The Phoenix.
I was going to say, chat is really liking this question, so.
There's so many good answers to this question, and like, there's no wrong answers to this question.
I actually wrote up the Warlock of the Phoenix once. It's because it would be so much fun to play, and yeah. I named my kid after it. I mean, seriously.
Nice.
Yeah, my youngest daughter's name is Phoenix. So.
Oh,
Aw.
Excuse me. My youngest non-binary child's name is Phoenix.
Mm.
Getting used to this. Sorry.
It is a shift, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you're doing the work for it, and that's what's important.
Exactly. The transitionary period is a very real period for everyone involved.
Yep. Yep.
And it will soon be second nature. So
It's second nature with my 13-year-old non-binary kid now.
just takes a hot
Getting
minute.
used to this. I know, it really does.
Just call them kiddo. Yeah.
Yep.
Just kiddo. Yeah.
Or just do what my dad did and just call us young blood. Like that's
Yes.
That sounds
Youngin.
way cooler.
I'd get a yell across like the house. Hey, young blood, what are you doing?
Well, I can't call it the girls' room anymore, so we call it the NB's room.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
My
should,
parents
you should get him a sign. I will make it for you if I have to, but
Okay.
it should say, "Don't envy the NB."
Oh, like I said, there's so many things I'm going to go back and write down.
Yeah. My folks just called me dumbass. I mean, that's pretty gender neutral.
I mean, didn't all of our parents call us that?
Yeah.
My
I was
dad
the black sheep.
specifically, in his very, very, very thick Persian accent, instead of calling me dumbass, he's like, "Why are you being a stupid? Why are you acting it stupid?"
On the talk of parents, though, I did have to give my dad a bit of a kudos. My dad does not understand all this Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Like he's a Doctor Who fan and he is a sci-fi fan, so that's where he goes. These Dungeons and Dragons got nothing. And one day he's like, "You like Dungeons and Dragons, like that fantasy stuff, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I bought you a dagger." So he just bought me a dagger that sits on my wall because he's like, "It has a dragon on it. You like Dungeons and Dragons, so like this is a thing, right?" I'm like, "You are the best dad ever."
I'm getting visions of that scene from Big Bang Theory where she hands him the napkin that Leonard Nimoy wiped his mouth with.
Yes.
And she's like, I know it's kind of weird. He's like,
I love it.
Sorry, it's right here, so it's one of those things I just have to share it.
that's
Hey.
amazing.
Like it's intense.
So
Yeah. So
wow.
much.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My dad's the same way. Ever since, well, he's not a nerd. He's just kind of there. But he's very much he loves the bravado of role playing and stuff like that. And he will I never, at least I try not to consciously post other people's ideas for shitty character ideas, but my dad will always DM me some character ideas, and he has played D&D twice, maybe, but he has learned like what a lich is, how to achieve lichdom in order to like find these ideas and stuff.
That's adorable.
And when
That's
I
awesome.
hit 10,000, he made me this Infinity Gauntlet with dice on it.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Cool.
That I
That's
think
amazing.
this one and the dice glow.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Oh, it's probably the coolest thing I own. If I ever go to a con, I will wear it. As of now, it sits on the Pam that I have in my kitchen. But yeah,
Best
it
use
is-
for Pam.
Right?
Yeah, best use for
Oh my
Pam.
God.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's so cool.
My parents do
Well-
not like they don't understand gaming at all. They don't understand like board games, sure, but like TTRPGs, nope. Video games, nope. I always jokingly say that I was late achieving my geekdom. Even though I knew I was literally just having this conversation like 2 days ago, I knew that I probably should have embraced it when I was much younger because I was like huge fan of the Never-Ending Story and the Princess Bride and like all of these things that I probably should have recognized that I was going down that road anyway. Yeah, like the fact that I like my parents don't even know that I stream Sunday nights. It's game night. That's all they know. I've never even bothered to try to tell them about this whole like online they know that like I game with people from the internet, but that's about it. That's all they know.
My parents don't even know how to FaceTime. So like I announced to the family, I was like, guess what? Emerald City Comic Con, and my siblings are like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, and my parents are like, that's so exciting. What does that mean?
My mom has no idea, but I'll be talking like, yeah, I have a charity game coming up. Oh, what time? I will tell her, and so she'll have my dad put it up on their TV screen so they can watch me play, even though they have no idea how the game works.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
I'll get messages from time to time going, it was so fun. What's Disaster Hamsters?
Oh, I love that. All right. Well, sadly, we are just about at the point where we need to start wrapping it up. So I'm gonna draw a giveaway winner. We're gonna open up one more giveaway. Actually, we have two more, but we're gonna open those up really quickly. And yeah. So let's draw a winner for the Underground Oracle prize pack, and that is going to Ella.
Yeah!
Whoa.
Sorry.
That is the appropriate response.
excited.
I know, right? That is very exciting. So you'll want to get in touch with Jess Pendley, but I'll help you facilitate all of that.
That's fine.
Yeah, cool. All right. I have two more things to give away. So I wish I could run them simultaneously, but I can't because Streamlabs just doesn't let you do that. So we're going to start with another $25 gift card to DriveThruRPG. And so that is open now, ! Enter. And while we do that, I'm going to have everybody go around again. And, okay, great. I caught this just in time. So we're going to go around again, remind us all of who you are, where people can find you on social media, anything that you have going on that you would like to promote. But Jim has thrown in a question to go with the outro. What is your favorite TTRPG accessory within reach? So there's that.
You're like, I already showed you the gauntlet.
Nothing but the concept for me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll put it on.
What else?
So there you go. And we're going to go in the reverse order of when we started. So, Ella, it's a good thing you're ready because we're going to start with you.
Oh, hey. My goggles of night, that's what these are. So, I'm Ella Harper. I'm the Geeky Seamstress. You can find me on my socials there. I'll be doing some charity streaming with the Games Tavern next week, I think. I have a 50% off sale going on my website. So it's geargaming365.com/shop. Check out my gear. It's really fun. What else? I'll be at Emerald City Comic Con. So anybody going, you can find my booth there. It's going to be great.
You should go check
This
it
was so
out.
much fun.
Yes. Well, thanks for coming back and hanging out. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Star Shinobi.
All right, well, I have two. So I have my... Ow, I went the wrong way. Shit. My Roll for Initiative fan
I love it.
that I like to use as a DM.
Whoa.
But I also have to share my potions of healing that I have at my desk.
Ooh, nice.
That's awesome.
But anyway, I am Star Shinobi. You can find me at Star Shinobi on Instagram and Twitter. I am also part of a Pathfinder 2e actual play Strength of Thousands campaign called Outcast and Outclassed. We play every other Thursday on the Waffles Maple Syrup Twitch channel, which is this Thursday will be our next episode, and it is wild. We play with Waffles and Syrup, Duval, Happy Capster, and myself. The other thing that I have coming up is on Saturday, May 14th, I will be on Creators Assemble for their Game Day charity event. Creators Assemble is a nonprofit organization that aims to help teach educational areas how to use TTRPGs in a more educational setting for things like helping students come together, helping them to learn math, things of that nature. So that's really a lot of what they do. So we will actually be running Disaster Hamsters at 9 a.m. on the 14th. If you'd like to join for that, there will be opportunities to donate and to change the game in that aspect as well. Also, I want to say thank you, Luna, for having us on. And I want to say congratulations on 100 episodes. This has been a lot of work. You have done amazing. You have brought so many of us together. And there is just not enough words to say thank you for this amazing thing that you do for our community.
Thank you. And it's kind of funny, like, one of the things that in my professional non-gaming related life, that's something that I do a lot of, is sort of being like, oh, I know this person and I know this person and this person's looking for the thing that this person does, and so I'm going to put the two of them in touch. And I feel like this is a lot of the similar type thing, and I just really love it. Like, I always get so happy when I'm like, oh, the two of them met on my stream and now they're doing a podcast together. So it makes me super happy. It's like, yeah, it just makes me feel good. But thank you. I super appreciate that. And 100 episodes, man. And what's been super exciting for me too is there's been a lot of faces in chat tonight who have been with me for the entire ride. So it's been really nice to see a lot of those names pop up, and it's awesome. Mel, we'll go to you.
My favorite accessories within reach in terms of like when I'm playing, I've got this woven bracelet and crystal. That's my druid's focus.
Ooh.
So she wears the bracelet and she can tuck the crystal in or like bring it out so it can like float in front of her. So that's fun. But in terms of accessories for like IRL, I got this gift from a friend when we had our first in-person meetup with our D&D group. It's a tumbler that says, here, I'll read it because I know it says, what doesn't kill you gives you XP.
Nice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's that. I'm Mel, she, her. You can find me via my handle, Jelly Melly Draws. I am a TTRPG fantasy artist that does a lot of different things, magical items, character art, sometimes overlays, and Twitch stream graphics. You can find me on Twitch every Saturday and just chill out with me while I do some work, or you can follow me on Twitter. But definitely join my Discord for shenanigans, and don't join the union if they invite you to join the union. It is a front for the mafia. Please don't do it.
Sure, it's a front for the mafia. That's exactly what it is. Well, Mel, thank you for
join the union.
Thank you for coming back. It's always a pleasure to have you, and I'm excited that you were here.
I love being on here. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Sam, we'll go over to you now.
This is my favorite prop. It's the Infinity Gauntlet, as my dad named it. Might be the coolest thing I own.
Oh my god.
But yeah, my name's Sam. I am the Lord of Excrement, his shadiness himself. I make shitty ideas on Twitter. At our role-playing, that's my deal. The Kickstarter that we ran is now about to be published soon. And if I may actually promote something that isn't D&D related, but is very close to my heart, the charity that I work for is called Friends of Jean Paul School. It supports a school out in Chelakura, Uganda, which is this tiny little town about 4 hours outside the capital. And the thing is, with Uganda got hit by COVID pretty hard, and the kids at the school are now just getting back.
Wow.
And online classes are not an option for the vast majority of kids there. So what we're doing is we're hosting this virtual run, walk, bike, what have you, and you just do it for charity. And I've pinned a bunch of links to my personal Twitter if you'd like to check that out and support my team so that you can win prizes and I can say that I won. And that is at SamCummerford24 at Twitter. It's my pinned tweet. Please check it out. You can walk around. I mean, you can play Pokemon Go or whatever. You can get a bunch of friends to, you can get a t-shirt. That's a pretty cool design that my mom made. And yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mom, if you're watching this. I doubt you are, but still. You should check it out. It's cool. It supports a really great cause. And yeah, I'm Sam Comerford. It's been a pleasure to be here. And yeah, this is quite an 100th episode, if I do say so myself.
Well, thank you for braving the 100th episode for the first time ever coming
Yes.
on.
I'm just devious like that.
I appreciate it very much, and would love to have you back again in the future, if ever you feel brave enough to come back.
If okay, yeah, sure.
Okay,
When?
so I should put you on the agenda then for the hot sauce and candy corn episode with Matt in October.
Ooh, Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God, oh shoot, is Dan on that? Is Dan
yeah.
gonna be on?
He's
that?
gonna have to be.
Oh man, I'll be there then. I know his stance on candy corn. So
Can I just be I don't need to be part of the stream, but can I just be a fly on the wall for that
Absolutely.
one? Encouraging them in the background.
We'll just pull you into the group chat and you can be sending messages the whole time.
Yes. I'm not gonna be on the show. I'm just here to sow more chaos.
the green room.
Excellent.
I'll get more of the aprons put together.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
apron is
get
so
away.
sturdy.
Amazing.
That apron is so high quality. Like I wear it. I use the pockets. I can trust that thing. It's fantastic.
Right? I know. It's like me with
so
my
well
bag.
made. Yeah, so well made.
It is.
I have a friend that bought a bag for me a year ago, and now the fabric is starting to tear. She's like, I just want to tell you, it's the fabric, not your stitching. I'm like, right?
There you go.
My stitching's not going to come out. Are you serious?
Yeah. It's funny because every time I've ordered something from you, I've been like, wow, this is really well sewn.
There's nothing more frustrating than like buying something from Walmart or Target or wherever, and it like the seam comes out 2 days later.
Yep. All right. Matt.
Don't get me started on poorly made fabric stuff. Yeah,
This is why you buy from small creators.
that's right.
It's true.
That's literally why I got into my thing.
Extra love put into everything.
Yeah. So my prop that I have is my Vapor Orc Captain mug here.
awesome.
Only because I don't have a lot of stuff in reach. I just cleaned today, so
Well, that's what you get.
that is entirely my fault. But it's also like this is one of the designs that when I put it up, I was like, yeah, that's definitely me. Like, it's a vapor colored orc with sunglasses on, and it's awesome. So yeah, if you I'm Matt. I own Gemmed Firefly, and I make stuff like this. Yeah, I don't know.
If you're not following Matt, seriously,
What are you doing with your spare time on Twitter?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
You're like one of the first connections I made, so.
All right.
Likewise, that was like a year and some change ago.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah, like we were just getting started. It was crazy.
You're one of the first people I was like, hey, do you want to do a post about something I made? It's like
Was that
you're like,
really?
yeah, it was you and Hope. I think you were the first.
Wow.
I love it. All right. So before I wrap everything up, I want to close the entries for this giveaway. And we're gonna pick a winner. Matt.
Hey!
I never win anything.
Congratulations.
Yay!
You win. So we'll connect.
Great.
I have no idea how to reach you. What do I do? Yeah, we'll touch base about it. But awesome. All right.
Awesome.
So for the very last thing, while I wrap this up, I have one more dice catapult to give away. So we're going to give that away. ! Enter. And in the meantime, I am Gamer Mom Luna. This has been the 100th episode of Tales from the Tavern. I can't believe I've been doing this for 3 years. I feel like there's a ton of stuff that I should say. I literally wrote down a bunch of stuff that I want to say. But mainly, like, I just want to thank a bunch of people. First, the Tales from the Tavern theme song was written by my college roommate, Carrie Cabuccio, who is amazing, and I love her to death, and she lives in LA and writes video game music now. The intro video and all of the overlay artwork was done by Ty Burris, who is RF Chaos on Twitch, and roll_4_chaos, and Lot Evenstar on Twitter. If you're ever looking for overlays or anything like that, I cannot recommend him enough. His turnaround time has always been fantastic, super easy to work with. Let's see. Thank you to my Discord and channel moderators, Apache1222, also known as Corin in the Discord, Pyrotex Core, GPX Smith, and Wolfie. I could not do this without you guys. Seriously, like, I really couldn't do this without you guys. Let's see. Thank you to the approximate 125 different people who have made guest appearances during Season 3 alone. That's a lot of people. That's literally, like, a lot of people. If anybody would like to come back during Season 4 or is interested in coming on in Season 4, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter, Discord, use the sign-up link in my pinned tweet on Twitter. Any of those ways are a great way to get in touch with me. Let's see. Tales from the Tavern patrons for ongoing monthly support. Jason, Lord Richter, Matt, Nicola, Rain, Orc from Mork, Wolf's Blood, Math, and TT Benjamin. Fantastic people. And thank you to channel partners Gemmed Firefly and Critical Hit Cookies and Arcane Spectacles. They've been my channel partners the longest, so I definitely appreciate having them along for the ride as well. And thank you to you guys who keep coming back and letting me do this every week and still wanting more. I don't understand why, but okay. We are going to take a 3-week break. I have some serious planning to do because I have a bunch of fundraisers coming up. So this is the last episode until the beginning of June. Coming up on June 5th, we have the Spicy Tales from the World Central Tavern. We are doing a fundraiser for World Central Kitchen. It's going to be an episode of Tales from the Tavern crossed with hot ones, and we are not sane people at all. We have picked out a bunch of different hot sauces, literally from around the globe. We even found one from Antarctica. And it's probably going to kill one of us. So that'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have an amazing group coming on. Wolf's Blood will be back. I have Big B's coming on to join. I have David Tilstra. I have David's roommate, Lissa, who, if you have never seen Lissa, she is fucking hysterical. It's going to be a really fun time. So please come back and you know, if you can, if you are able, consider donating to World Central Kitchen. I'm actually going to be making the Tiltify link public in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out on Twitter for that. And so that'll be on June 5th, 8 p.m. normal time, and we'll charge right back into it with Season 4. The month of June is almost already completely booked, so that's really exciting. And then coming up in July, we will have the second annual Extra Life Charity Stream Weekend Extravaganza, the weekend after the 4th of July. So that will be a 24 hours, not consecutive, of TTRPG content from Friday night until Sunday night. It will start with a one-shot on Friday night. We'll have several various one-shots throughout the day on Saturday, and then we'll have another one-shot, and we'll wrap it up with Tales from the Tavern on Sunday. Last year, we raised a little over $1,000. I'm hoping to raise $1,100 this year. I would love to have any and all of you come back. We're going to be looking for players for all of our one-shots soon, so keep an eye out again on Twitter for that if you're interested in getting involved. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I'm going to draw the last winner, and then we're going to send a raid on to somebody else. I'm going to close entries. Ella.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, seriously. Can you roll someone else's name though? I already won something.
I can if you would like me to.
I feel like that really is rigged.
Star.
Hey!
Oh my god.
I will take it.
Awesome. I love it.
I, on the other hand, never win things on this.
Yeah.
I promise I did not rig the last one.
Still rigged.
Yes, Coffin, you need to be on the show to win. That's how
Look,
this
I
works.
want that catapult. I paid good money for that
Star paid
frag.
good money
Okay,
for that seat to be here tonight.
that's right.
True story.
I bribed with many, many, many one-shot promises.
True. It's true. I'm weak. What can I say?
Luna,
Thank you
you
all
still
so
need-
much for being here tonight. Let's see. Who can we go raid tonight? I think this is a very good night for us to wind down a little bit, and we will go pay a visit to my friends over at Turtle and Chill. If you are not familiar with Turtles and Chill, they're a 24-hour turtle and fish tank stream, and I love them. They are amazing. It is the coolest place to just go and like unwind. They generally most days are doing like lo-fi stuff. So we're gonna go say hi to them. And I hope you all have a great couple of weeks. Like I said, we'll be off for the next few weeks, but you can definitely still find me on Twitter and Discord and all of that good stuff. I will be around. So have a lovely evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for 100 episodes.
I should go.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Tales from the Tavern. You can catch this podcast recorded live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/GamerMomLuna. All of our questions come directly from chat, so we never really know what to expect when we go live. If you ever have a question or would like to add something to the conversation, feel free to reach out on Twitter at GamerMomLuna and use the hashtag TFTT. You may just get to hear it answered. Thanks so much.
I should go.